Capture the moment, get the story, the interview and things like that of Australia's largest truffle find here in Robertson over the last couple of days. This is a unique story. It's one with excitement. We're really excited about hearing of this great find. It basically puts the Southern Highlands on the map as a food and wine destination, and to the credit of both Ted and Barbara Smith from Yelverton Truffles there.
Hi, I'm Michael Alec for Highlands TV, and we're here today at Centennial Vineyards. We're here with Barbara from Yelverton Truffles. How are you, Barbara?
Very well, thank you, Michael.
That's good. And tell us about the find.
Well, it was an amazing experience because my husband went over about 4:30 on Thursday afternoon, and as usual he comes back and I say, have you got any truffles? And he'll say yes, and he'll bring out a box with some truffles, but this time he came in and he said, look at this one, and I said, wow. Anyway, I left him to clean it because it has to be all cleaned and then dried, and then because there's a lot of dirt around, as you can imagine, and he said, I've excavated this one.
You wonder why we're all so excited, but there it is. I mean, normally you can see a little bit of rot or insect infestation or something, but
no, it's blemish.
I actually broke a little piece off. I didn't realise it was so big.
And he cleaned it all up and put it on the scales, and it was more than a kilo, and we're thinking, wow. So we thought, gosh, what do we do? And our daughter said, Mum, take it up to the post office because their scales are calibrated and it will be a true record because you need a minus plus 1 degree on the scales.
We're here with Ted, the owner of Yelverton Truffles. How are you feeling, Ted, with this fantastic discovery?
I'm feeling elated. I'm feeling quite amazed, to be honest, and even more amazed with the focus that's been put on this in the last couple of days. The interest has just been remarkable. In fact, today's been insane.
Yeah, you've become a bit of a superstar.
Well, I hope not. But when you think about it, it's just one big chunk of fungus.
So we raced up to Robertson Post Office, and you can imagine poor Patrick when we said, can you weigh this? And of course Ted went behind the counter and he click, taking these pictures, and it came in at 1.072 kilos. And we thought, wow. So of course when he got back, it was straight on the web to see what was the largest truffle found. And we're thinking, oh, where do we do this? Going all through the different websites, we came across one that was found in Tasmania, and that was an Australian record of 1.084. So we thought, so we can't really do anything yet. Let's get in touch with the Australian truffle growers. And we rang the president, and he said, I don't know of anyone larger than that. You have the record.
We're here with Robin Murray, a proud owner and chef here at Centennial. How are you, Robin?
Good, thank you. Yourself?
That's fantastic. I'm fine, thank you. Now, you must be very proud to have such a wonderful discovery in your restaurant.
I mean, from the initial email on Saturday night to now it's Monday afternoon, receiving the truffle, it's just been a whirlwind, but the joy, I can't say how many more wows. And to actually have Australia's largest grown truffle, not only here in the Southern Highlands, but retained here in the Southern Highlands, and you know, to use it here at the restaurant is just going to be just fantastic. One of the selling points between myself and Ted was we did not want it to go to someone that puts it in a jar and sits it on their desk.
It's not a paperweight.
It's not a paperweight, it's not a trophy. It is an edible product that should be eaten.
Robin, what do you anticipate doing with this?
I mean, now I'm seeing it and I was like, holy shit, that's a lot. That's a lot of meals. But
So tell us about the food scene in the Highlands, because surely now this is only going to add to what is a fantastic food and wine selection we've got down here.
Look, I mean, I've been here in the Highlands for 10 years. I know there's been people here longer than I have, growing, cooking, producing, etc. But in the 10 years I've been here, I've seen it grow again, you know, and we have some great producers here, whether it's, you know, I suppose one of our hero ones here is the tunnel mushrooms, because it is, I suppose, one of the freestanding oldest ones that, you know, is exposed to Australia as well as overseas. But for local producers like our cheese producers, our wine producers. I mean, we're sitting here at Centennial Vineyards, but we have I think we have now 56 wineries up here. Cellar doors is increasing. We have whiskey starting to be produced here. Great interest being Scottish. So cattle, goats, the list goes on and on and on. And I suppose unless we champion the area of the Southern Highlands and the growers and end users like myself, beef on about it and keep talking about it, we'll just be another region. But we are growing and we are getting there. And this, having Australia's largest truffle, will only bring more interest, not only from Australia but from around the world.
We're down here at La Truffiere of Yelverton Truffles, where we're here to talk to Barbara and Ted Smith about Australia's record-breaking truffle grown right here in Robertson. We're here with Lisa, daughter of Barbara and Ted. How are you, Lisa?
I'm really well, thank you, Michael.
That's good. And tell us about your involvement with the press release with the record-breaking truffle.
Yeah, well, that was quite interesting when Ted and Barb rang me and we said, well, we have to weigh it first and get in contact with the Truffle Growers Association. And once we knew that, we then did the press release, sent it to all the restaurants and to the media. Australia, and we sent some worldwide as well, just to see what interest was out there. And we're seeing the impact now, and especially with all the media channels.
Absolutely, it's fantastic for the Highlands and for tourism. And tell us about how you think this is going to put the Highlands on the food and wine map.
Well, I think with Centennial, obviously keeping the truffle in the Highlands, that's been huge.
We hosted a truffle dinner last year from all the association around Australia, and to actually have now the truffle here, and I just think it's great. It's great for us all. It's a win-win for everyone. It is. Whether it's a consumer, us in marketing. Steve from Destination Southern Highlands. What a better way. What a better way.
And everybody's embracing that in the Highlands, and it has to draw attention to, we have so much to offer. People go to the Hunter Valley and don't realise that the Southern Highlands is actually closer, and we have all the wineries and we have a lot more to offer, I believe.
I agree. So hopefully we'll see a lot more tourism in the Highlands.
Absolutely. Come on down.
It could have ended up in Hong Kong, by the way. We had inquiries from all over, and that would have been a real shame. Our preference was to have it come to the Highlands.
We're here with Jill from Food Path Culinary Tours. I got that right, didn't I, Jill?
You did get that right.
Fantastic. And tell us about the truffle experience here at Yelverton.
Right, well, we bring tours out here about 3 or 4 times a year, and it's only a short season, so we have to be fairly snappy with it. But it's got a real wow factor, the truffle tour, and Ted does a great job. So we have our business organises gets people together, and we put on different events. But for the truffle tour, we meet them in Robertson, and they follow us out here, and then we have the tour that you saw today with the presentation. Walk to the truffery, see the dog in action, get to smell a truffle, get to taste some beautiful soup and a couple of tasty treats with truffle in them.
Let's have a taste. Oh wow, yeah. You have never had a potato and leg soup like this, and even Oz behind the camera here is being a little unprofessional and eating on the job. How many people do we get coming to these sort of tours that are not from the Highlands?
We get a lot of people from Sydney and a lot of people from the South Coast. I had a tour yesterday with 10 people from Wollongong. We also get a lot of people from Canberra. So really Sydney is probably our biggest catchment area, then the South Coast and Canberra.
Fantastic, it's good news for us. Yeah. We're down here with Howard at Yelverton Truffles. How are you, Howard?
Very well, how are you today?
Fantastic, thank you very much. And how have you enjoyed your truffle experience here today?
Well, it's been a new experience actually. I wouldn't call myself a gourmand, but no, I really enjoyed it.
And how did you hear about Yelverton Truffles?
Well, we saw the newspaper article and thought that was very interesting.
And it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Come do a food path culinary tour. They are fantastic.
Another truffle tour on the 26th of July, Saturday the 26th. So we have a website, foodpath.com.au, and we do have 22 people booked on that, but we can take up to 30, so there are 8 spots left.
Fantastic. There you go. Better get in quick if you want to come for more truffle tours.
Of course, there's been a legend built around the fact there's some aphrodisiac properties even.
So there'll be a lot of love in the Highlands.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Ted was saying it's a bit of an aphrodisiac, so it's sharing the love in the Highlands.
Oh my God, I wish I didn't have a dodgy leg, or else the wife would be looking out, but yeah.
So it was a day of learning all round.
Yeah, it was a very educational experience. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you're hoping to feel the love of the aphrodisiac when you get home.
Let's hope. We'll have to talk to Jodie about that.
It's been a fantastic day. Thank you very much for having Oz and I.
Our pleasure.
Yes, and we'll have to see you when they open up the big Truffle in Robertson, won't we?
Exactly. We would be delighted to see the big potato painted black with a few knobbles on it and called the Big Truffle.
And that will be the fairy tale ending to this fantastic story. Thank you very much,
Really
Ted.
would. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Robin Murray. I'm the purchaser and owner of Australia's largest truffle, 1.172 kilograms.
I'm Ted Smith from Yelverton Truffles, the grower of the largest Australian French Perigord black truffle.
And you're watching Highlands TV.
Good filming, Oz. Come on. I think I found a truffle.